Okay, this is a double. Small Goodwill jewelry and Goodwill in-person hard goods haul, which I hadn't been out thrifting for like 4 or 5 days, but I had to go to Kaiser today to do lab work for my surgery coming. So I was out anyways. I'm gonna do the Goodwill hard goods first. Oh, so at the Goodwill was senior day, so I saved 15%, and I bought mostly stuff for myself, including a jewelry armoire. It was 30, but with the percentage off, it was like 25. And it has 5 drawers. The one I have only has 3 working drawers, which is completely ridiculous. Anyway, so that was the bulk of the money that was spent. I got myself this Slim Sonic. If it would have been more than $1.99, I wouldn't have got it. And always, they had 2 very cool ones. I collect these, but I won't get them just to get them. They have to be cool. In order of coolness, they're both cool. How cool, right? I love these with the just casual, and I've never seen this one. Anything like this one. I love this one. Super cool. So those were $3.99 each. Yes, they were. I mean, you know, they're 15 plus shipping on eBay, but still, $3.99 is a little high. And then this vintage, I just couldn't leave him there. Screwed again. What's going on? I'm screwed again. It's just, yeah, it's just a cool thing. It'll sell small enough and easy enough and cheap enough to ship. I don't pay shipping, but I'm just saying I don't like to buy something that I have to charge the buyers too much to ship. It's not worth it. This really cool thing, I don't know if it's a name brand. It is, but I don't know the name brand. It's made in India, which I like to say. And there wasn't a price on it, so I had to go price check it, and I thought, oh, they're going to ask $3.99. Came back with $1.99. Candle. How cool is that? Faux turquoise on both sides. A little starburst. So even though this is kind of heavy, I could still put this in a padded envelope, I think. I mean, nothing's going to break. Cute. So that I'm selling. Oh, and this I'm selling. I don't know. This was last minute. Excuse me, it was $2.99. I guess it's a wine cork. But I just thought it was so pretty. And I can't comp there. I'll probably see that it's like, they're probably selling for like $8 and I'm stupid and shouldn't have bought it. But it was so pretty. It just says something on it. Jules Resort, maybe? I'll look it up. I'm hoping it's at least $12. But again, easy to ship. Comes in its own little boxy box. This is a little shredded, but oh wow. Just tape that up, put it in a padded envelope. Probably about 7 ounces. So I'm gonna look that up. So it was fun to not have been there in so long and then find a bunch of fun stuff. 3 more things. And then the jewelry armoire. And I had been looking for another armoire. I passed one up on eBay, and on eBay, on Facebook, because I was too sick to go pick it up. It was $50. So I got this one for half. But the one on Facebook was, I don't know if you say twice as big, but it had like 9 drawers. This other one has, I think, only 5 working drawers, and they're small. So I would have rather had the one on Facebook, but I was too sick to go pick it up. I thought these were very cool. I kind of would maybe keep them. Because, well, if I can figure out how to sell them, I would. They're heavy. Heavy metal. African, just cool. It's the kind of thing I love and wouldn't be sad if it never sold. $2.99 each. So do 15% off of everything I've shown you. I spent $49, including the $25 armoire. And then this, I just was like, well, let me just see. You know, these are never, and this is so freaking cute that I can't and I shan't and I don't want to sell it. I will take it out of its little box. Ba-bam. Look how cute that is. It's funny because always the ladies, if they're working the register, they always go through, they're like, oh my God, look how cute, oh my God, look how cute. They like the stuff that I pick. I don't want to sell it. Look how cute. And I feel like I've seen this before on eBay. Ugh. It's just too cute. Look at that. Look at her. So, yeah, picture frame. So yeah, it came in this box. $3.99. So still like $3.40. 15% isn't that? Wait, am I wrong? Yeah, right? 15% off isn't that big of a coup. Okay, so here is the Goodwill, and there's a story behind this. First of all, it took forever and ever to get here. This is the really small lot with the Navajo opal and the big turquoise piece. And I just opened it just to, and this was in there. It kept getting misdirected and was supposed to be delivered, wasn't delivered. That's probably the turquoise piece. And then it said, is everything in here? Then it said it was delivered at 111. Okay, it's all in here. Okay, yay. And it wasn't delivered. I went and checked front door, back door. I was sitting right here. So I called them. And they were on it like Donkey Kong, like FedEx was. Like, it's been like 30 minutes since that happened, a little less. And I guess the driver, he just pulled up with it like while I was on the phone with saying it wasn't delivered. So he either, I don't know what he did, delivered it to somebody else and went and grabbed it, brought it back. But yikes, this is Stour. I don't know how you pronounce it. I saw this in the thing, in the picture. Is there a retail on it? Darn. A pretty ring, and a really pretty box. The box is probably prettier than the ring. It's cool. It's vintage, sterling. And that just looks like glass to me. But it's odd because this is its box. Look how fancy. This is a nice ass box. So I'll look it up. Oh, it has something in here to say what it is maybe. Oh, come on. Oh my god, it's too much. Roman glass. So I'm right. Yay. Do not swim with this product. Certificate of authenticity, or proud, a unique piece of Roman. The artist of Saffron, Kibetz, something. Your jewelry is a fragment of ancient glass from the Holy Land. Okay. Well, now it makes sense, because I'm like, well, why was this fancy thing, and then there's just glass? I love a glass ring. One of my favorite rings is an old glass ring that I got. It was vintage when I got it in San Francisco in the 90s at an antique store. I haven't worn it in a while. Anyway, okay, so this is the tiny little, this lot was $111. So we got that ring. And there's several more rings. Pair of earrings, all sterling. Oh, darn, the bail is small. Darn it. I was hoping the bail for the opal would be much bigger than it is. And it's not. Oh, check out the opals. It's all tangled. They packed it nicely. But it would have been nice if they would have. Okay, that's fine. It's not signed that I can see, but the bail. Oof. Look at that tiny bail. Oh, look at that beauty. Opals. White opals and black opals. Oh, Travis is over there. I'm trying to see if I can tell if they're... I don't know any more than I did. I think they're doublets. I mean, Native Americans, just an FYI. Oh, it is signed. Yes. Don't use crap. They pick the best shit for their, especially vintage pieces. LB. Yay, hopefully they're in the Hallmark group. But, yeah, that would be my guess. Doublets. But the bottom one, I don't think it's a... It doesn't really matter. It's really based on the fact that it's a Navajo, vintage Navajo piece. That's the selling point, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, shoot. They're not synthetic. Yeah, can't tell if they're solid. I could do the, what do you call it, but I think the blacklight test. Blacklights matter. Okay, I'll just keep going. Really pretty bum though, because, oh, I mean, I was gonna wear it. That bail ain't taking shit. Like a tiny chain, and that's okay, but I don't like a tiny chain, and I don't want it on an ugly black rope. Okay, so then there's these sterling earrings. Maybe that's opal too. Interesting. I don't know. No? Moonstone? Not positive. Not E positive. Really pretty. They're kind of colorful for moonstones, but kind of not opals. I didn't even bring a little container over here. Darn it. I'm gonna put these back in the little plastic. And then there was this ring, which is, I'm guessing, topaz. It's either gloss or topaz. It's pretty. I mean, it's not I don't like light blue, so I'm not gonna be tempted to keep it. This little tiny ring looks like blue topaz again. It's all sterling, so I won't have to say that. I just figured even if I sold all the rings and the earrings and the smaller necklace, I could make my money back. Smaller necklace, I'll show you. I'm gonna get it in Team Blue. This, it's pretty. I don't know if it's signed. It's not Native American. It's just artisan. I think people like Salif. Let's see, I might want to rob this chain. This chain's not bad for the opal. Maybe. Just a real bore, huge, probably a 9 or 10 size ring. And then, oh, why are we just a chain? Oh no, there's something. Tiny little chain. With a little tree of life, I would say. That's what I would call that. And yeah, I mean, I'd list that for like $11.99. And I don't know, I'll have to call it that Stauer, however you pronounce it, I have no idea. S-T-A-U-E-R. I'm not going to pretend I would know how to pronounce that. Star. And then this, which is, this hook is not sterling silver. I mean, the pendant obviously is. The pendant, oh my god, that turquoise is so pretty. Sorry. It's really, really pretty. I love when there's a host rock in a piece. But there's two little weird things. There's that, which I would this, which I would just take off, because I don't know what the F it's doing there. It makes no sense. It's not helping anything or holding anything. But that little hook, I mean, it could just be that no, I can't imagine an artisan would bother to make half sterling, half not. Just doesn't make sense to me. It's not usually how it's been. Yeah, I mean, I know that's sterling. I just know that that's not. Let me look closer. Maybe my eyes are just bad and it's not copper. Maybe it's just really, well, I can't really tell. I am going to take that other little hangy thing off because it just has no purpose. And this does not, yeah, it does have a stamp. It's not going to help me. It helps with Native American, but, I mean, yeah, I mean, a Native American person could have made it. I mean, I don't think so. C somebody. CS, CD, CB, C something. Oh, ow. Oh, my lights fell asleep. Yeah, I would list this kind of high because this piece of and it's kind of adjustable. You can kind of put the hook on any ring you want. Oopsie. if you could actually get the hook on. Oh, my leg totally fell asleep. Weird. Dang it. This little hook. This little hook of mine. Oh, I'm gonna let him shine. There we go. This stupid thing. My vapes. We'll get it together. See how pretty? It's a nice piece of turquoise. I would like to be able to attribute the artist, but it's not going to be as easy as it would be with the Native American piece because they have lots of hallmarks. No hallmarks. Well, there's a site where you can look up all the hallmarks, but not all of them, is what I meant to say. And there's many books, but I don't own any of them because it gets expensive. And then you're only going to get like, you're only going to get like, oh, here's a Navajo book that covers like an eighth of the artists that are actually out there. So it's like with anything, book-wise. I'm going to put this little necklace back in there. I'll put, just kind of want to put, I mean, this rope hurts my feelings. It looks, anything put on, I mean, leather, I put it on a leather tongue. But on satin, like a long satin, cheap shit crap rope? No. So this necklace that was the leaf, let's see. So bottom though that the bail is so thin. I mean, it would take a little bit thicker necklace. Yeah, that's too long. I don't think I'd want to wear that this long. Sorry, I'm sitting back, but my whole left side just went like numb. Lower side. Ooh, this could probably go over my head. Should be easier because these are the hardest for me. I only got one. Ah, boo. So as far as I know, I'm on for the surgery. I'm putting it over my head. Fuck it. It's this teeny little thing. The fuck. Still, I can't even do it face forward. I just want to see what it looks like. This length. Oh, because it's not wanting to go in. Am I not pulling it back? Yeah, that was me not pulling it back. Fuck. This clip is a total cock blocker. I want to go like that because I'm not trying to. Oh, I have glasses on my head too. On the top of my head, I mean. Now they both at the same. Well, that wasn't a good. And it's terrible to put it on my boobs. My boobs. Yeah. I'm just being weird today. I thought I was getting everything. Like, I thought, okay, cool. Now all I have to do is go back for the COVID test on Friday. And it's like, no. You got to collect your pee for 24 hours. And then baby B. And then baby B. And bring it back. So I'm going to wait to do that so that I can... Since I have to go back to get the COVID test on Friday, I'm going to do the pee on Thursday. They said that was okay. I've never done that before. Didn't do it with my last surgery. Didn't know. Don't know. Don't understand. There's the ancient glass. I like my ancient glass better. Mine's red. That's probably why. But I'm glad it has a story. Because when I was looking at this in the pictures, I'm like... Then when I got it, I'm like... And so that there's the story in there. That's how I can list it. Because otherwise it would have just been like glass question mark. Like, what? I hadn't thought about like, oh, ancient glass. Even though I have one that is ancient glass. Go figure. Okay, so really pretty. Oh, did I say? I sold a couple things. I sold that Niger. Two Jewish brothers. I think they were in the Holocaust even. They go way back, way before the Holocaust. But anyhow, I sold that piece that I was just talking about. I think it sold for $130. It sold for what I had it listed for, actually. And then yesterday, I sold which I never really showed you, and I don't know, John Iveson, I think it is. I got one of his necklaces in a lot a while back, and it's just, and this one was vintage, but who cares, I guess. Somebody, I don't know. It's just sterling silver with gold wash, just a delicate, long, I mean, it probably has some weight to it, but it's very, I wouldn't, if I saw it in the thrift store, I wouldn't pay 20 for it. Let's just put it that way. What do I know? So it came in a lot a few months back. And anyways, long story short, it sold yesterday for 500, which was a lot lower. I could have sat on it until I got like 1,200, because that's like the value of it. Because I wrote to him, because I have a bracelet that also came in that lot that's broken, and he was nice enough to write me back. And he told me the value of both of those pieces of his, what they sold for. I believe then, I'm still wearing this beautiful opal. This is a real opal. I think the necklace, the bracelet was 500. I've showed it to you before. It's over there. I have it up for like, and he said it would cost $50. They would fix it for $50. And the necklace, I think he said 1,200. 12 or 15. I know, and I sold it for 5. She sent a best offer, and I was like, it's been up there for, it's gonna, that kind of jewelry, unfortunately, it's not trendy. Like, what's her name wore it? Margaret Thatcher? No. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's one of the celebrities. Celebrities wear it, but it's not like young, hip, cool celebrity. It's just, he's a real niche. So when you get niche jewelry, you don't get trendy shit like all those trendy shitters. It's a harder, you know, somebody's going to buy it, and it's not about the money. It's about the right person who sees it and wants it. There's not going to be, you know, 15 people going, oh my God, I got to have that now. So pretty. It's a real pretty piece. And I think that's fool's gold. Looks like it, which, yeah, pyrite, fool's gold, which narrows down the mountain. It narrows down the mine a bit. I know a thing or two. I just enough to be dangerous, because not all, like Sleeping Beauty, didn't have any fool's gold mine, Sleeping Beauty mine, and so and some just have different rock things. They don't all have pyrite, so you can. I call it pyrite. Do they call it pyrite? They probably call it pyrite, because I think that's what it's called. I get it confused with Pyrex. Fool's gold. Some have gold. Those are so pretty. It doesn't make them more valuable, like, oh, there's gold, so it's not really that. It's just always about the actual piece of turquoise, and that's such a beautiful piece. But yeah, so gold versus pyrite versus Rocky Mountain High. So I don't know if are they still mining in all the places? Like, what are the places? New Mexico, Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Vegas, Nevada. I think those were all the mining places. California, a long time. I don't know. I feel like I only ever hear of mines still open in Arizona, but I could be so wrong about that. It's not like I keep up on each mine. I said New Mexico, right? Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, California, Nevada. I said that. Yeah, this one's a real bitch, this pendant. So, I mean, this pendant. Just, it is for me anyway. So I will list this. I'd probably ask 35 OBO. Just because it's nicely made. You know, it's nicely made. It has a nice bail. Maybe this bail is bigger than this bail. No. About the same. Here's a boot seam. And then the earrings and the rings. So I think it was a 10-piece lot. And I will easily be on to make my money back. And that's if it's so weird. I was gonna keep this piece, but I'm leaning towards keeping this one. This one is just kind of everything. And I'm not a Native American snob. It's like, it's not like, oh, this is Native American, I'm keeping it. It's just, this is really pretty. I'm just in the mood for a big slab of turquoise. It's just cool. I'd like to find out who the artist is, just because. Did I already say that If it ever, and this doesn't mean that it is Native American, but Native American will never have an open back. It just will not, ever. There's no exception to that rule. If there's a ring, like it's lousy on eBay with rings that say, oh, Native American, they might even have the balls to say Navajo. There's one seller that does it a lot, and their rings are cool, but they're not Native American. I don't know how they get away with saying it, because they sell a lot of it. And it's real turquoise, so it's not scammy. It's just, I don't know why they must know better. They have to know, because they sell so much of it. And if you know anything, know that about Native Americans. They don't do open back. I don't know why. I don't know why. I could Google that. I could Google it. Might be hard to find that out, though. Yeah, older pieces you see will be backed. What's the word if they're not open back? Closed back? Probably. And that doesn't mean, I don't know. I'm not a Native American snob. Like, I'm 100% this is not Native American. And it's gorgeous. Look at that. Pretty pyrite. Every time I say pyrite, I'll just say fool's gold. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Okay, I feel like this might be a little bit off center, and I'm afraid to move it because this is hardwired. This part, that's part of that pendant that he decided, whoever she decided to put on there, and then they made this chain for it, which is just very cool. It's all cool. I love it. I love it a lot. I like it more than I thought I would. I like it more than the opal. Yeah, I'm just so sure that this is, I wish you could see a little more, that this is a doublet. I've had so many doublets and triplets that doublet just means there's a little more of the opal, where the triplet gets like a thin as a pancake layer of opal, and then the backing. But since it's, closed back, the bottom one though, might be synthetic. 'Cause it's pretty like, I don't know. I just don't know, because the top one is different than the middle one. It's like the top one's a triplet and the two bottom ones are synthetic. And then maybe not a triplet, maybe it's a doublet, but it just has that look. I'll stop trying to be figuring it out. It looks really dull here. This one has a lot of color. I don't know if you can see it, but this one has, see, a lot of fire. This one doesn't. The white one doesn't. And the middle one doesn't. It's sparkly, the middle one, but it doesn't have. That's what leads me to believe this is genuine, because triplets and doublets are genuine. And then these two are maybe synthetic because of the play. I do not know. Okay, so to recap, I love these girls. I just love them. It's like I'm gonna scoop them all up. I got her with their little, I won't say what they are. I'm gonna say a bad word. Love this one. I just saw this one. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Come on. Yes, please. The loveliness of that. So cool. Yeah, I'm going to run out of space to put them. That won't stop me from buying. Screwed again. And this love frame. Darn it. God, I've seen these. Like, my sister might have showed them to me. My younger sister. Well, I have two younger sisters, but somewhere this came up in my life recently. In my world of whatever. And then these Africani. I mean, I think that's African art of some sort. And they're, like I said, they're super heavy, but they're not exactly brass. Unless they're like pewter, or, and they're dull enough to be pewter, but they're so heavy. I don't know. I guess that's that's two chicks, right? I never know. That's one thing I can never figure out. I mean, I guess it's a lady. It looks like a lady looking in a mirror. But that could be something totally different. Love those. Love, love, love. And this I'll look up just to see. It doesn't really have much of a smell at all, which could benefit it or not benefit it. But yeah, I just think somebody would like that for, I forgot what I paid. Oh, this one was cheap, $2. But everything else was kind of pricey. Kind of pricey. And I wish I knew what these earrings, I think they only say sterling, like in other words, there's no, well, not that the signature is going to help me figure out what the stone is. Stonehenge. Yeah, that is sterling. It's a really pretty stone. It's got an opal effect, but I just know it's not an opal. It's got little, I wish my camera was better. Can you see it? It's not what I said it was, moonstone. I don't believe, unless there's a thing called blue moonstone, then it could be that. Because it's got a ripply, yeah. Same like with an opal. When you turn it certain ways, you get like a play of light, different colors. That pirate turquoise. Yeah, these. Because I had that Native American. She still had it. Cross Navajo, whatever. It was beautiful. And I had it made into a ring, and then it just went south from there. But it had, I already said this, I'm repeating myself. It had some doublets and triplets in it. And they had this kind of a look to them, where it's like the resin or whatever they overlay the sliver with. That's what it looks like. Anyhow, okay. Kind of fun. It was fun to drop into the Goodwill, as hot as it was and all that. It was still fun to not have gone for 4 or 5 days, and I was just like, I didn't even bring a cart in, because the last few days that I did go, whatever, I took 4 or 5 days off, but the last before that, every day I'd go in, there was like nothing. I'd grab a cart and it was like, here's your cart back. And today it was like, oh my God, everything everywhere. And especially that, what you call it, the thingamabob. Here's my receipt. $111 jewelry grab bag. $132 with tax and shipping. Which, still, that was a really good deal. And I don't know, I'm going to keep one of the two of these. Yeah, it might end up being this one. I don't know. So I had good sales. I said that. Because, yeah. So it's nice to start off the week, because it was Monday when the $500 necklace sold yesterday, aka yesterday. And so that'll count for this week. You know what I mean? I ended on Sunday, doesn't it? I guess everybody does. Like Monday to Sunday. So the Niger piece, that happened. I'm confused. That one happened yesterday too, I think. Yeah. So next week's going to be like, already I've made like, after fees and everything, I've made like 550. 6. Yeah. That's not normal. It's not a normal week. I usually make 200 to 400. Sometimes more, but you know. Okay. Well, I'm not going to try to drag this video on. One seller said they shipped, but I'm not getting any tracking. 2 days later, nope. So I don't know what's happening there. But I should have something at least by Thursday. Today's Tuesday. Oh, maybe not. Thursday, Friday. And I do have to go back to Kaiser to get the COVID and deliver the TMI. I'm just gonna keep showing you that. It's so pretty. Oh, it's just about the stone. And that's also value-wise. Like, I don't know how to value this exactly, because you don't really... it's so about the stone. Like, the stone could be worth, just the stone, just because this is such a lovely stone, it could be worth 100, it could be worth 400. Yeah, I'm not good at valuing stuff like that. That's why I don't think I want to list it. I can list this because this is easier. I can look up the artist, LB, I think, Navajo. Well, you're probably not going to find one of these anytime soon, so kind of gives it more value. I'm going to leave the tarnish on. It's an older piece, I would guess from the 1970s is my guess. So, it's going to be a hard one. It's going to be a hard one, but I will put a silver chain on it just for shits and gigs. I think it would look best on a leather tone, like I said, black leather tone. I don't like brown either. Brown or black leather tone. But even that is going to be a very thick leather tone because it's really pretty. Yeah. Okay. I'll put this little stuff right over here. And I'll get to listing. I want to check out my new toothbrush. Slim the Stylish Sonic Toothbrush by Violite. It's not Sonic Hair. AAA battery included. Free extra brush head included. $14.99 at Bed Bath & Beyond. Honestly, I hope it's soft or I won't use it. I just really needed a new toothbrush, if I'm being honest. And that's cheaper than I can get one at, Walgreens for a normal one. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to get that thing out of my car, what you call it, the who's in a diggy. Let's see. Dentist, maybe not yours, but every dentist I've had recommends, like they said, that whatever companies that make anything other than really soft bristles should be shot and quartered. They weren't that harsh, but they said it's so bad for your gums. At any age, not just because I'm old. But nobody should be using anything but a super soft bristle. And this, see, it's just a little soft. Okay, where's my battery, bitch? I've got AAAs, but that's not the point, man. Where's my battery? Maybe it's in here. How boring if there's my battery. I'm gonna, and my extra brush. I'm gonna take it right to I'm not gonna put it in my mouth, so don't you worry about that. I feel like I might go back to the Goodwill today. I don't know. I might not. It's so goddamn hot out there. So hot. Can't. It wasn't too bad going to Kaiser because I left at like before noon. High noon is a thing, I guess. Because I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. My air conditioning's working okay. This is all right. By the time I left Kaiser, did I put it in wrong? It was nasty. Nasty. Well, there's only two ways it can go. Oh, you're bullshit. So, the battery could be bad, I guess. Oh, let me put it back in. Oh, nope. There it is. You hear it? I had the battery in backwards. Is this exciting? Did you tune in for this? How Gina brushes her teeth? I'll try. I don't know. What is this? I don't understand. There's just some extra chingy. It's battery operated. What the hell is this? It's got little holes in the bottom to let the water go. Oh, this? I am so smart. That's so when you flush the toilet, the poo-poo doesn't go on your toothbrush. Do you know that's a thing? It's so gross. Yeah, your toilet. It's kind of like the COVID. The little mist everywhere. Toilets. I mean, mine is pretty far. I don't know if it's far enough because the toilet's way over there and mine's way over here. But still, the reach is far when you flush your toilet. The mist of it all. I'm gonna put the thing back on. Sweet for $2. And this is something like if I did like it, if it was toothbrush slim. This doesn't say soft. And it's not too hard. Also, the hygienist and the dentist say use the smallest, because they used to have these toothbrushes. I mean, I don't know if you remember them, but they had them that were huge, like a hairbrush. And I used to use those. But anyways, you think, oh, the bigger the better. No. Also, the dentists say soft and tiny. And she explained the whole thing to me, and I don't remember it now, but she's like, you can get in everywhere with the small one. So, small and soft. Just like I like my men. This ain't no PG channel, man. You think you're getting PG? You getting... My mom took me to see back in my day, went to the drive-ins a lot. Guess that's a thing again, which is cool. But we saw a lot of X-rated movies. Barbarella. I think Barbarella, when it came out, there was no ratings, so there was no ratings. Well, I mean, there was ratings. There was X. And there was something that was not even called X. So, anyways, when you take a kid to a drive-in, it's like, who cares? There's no, like, dragging your kid by the hand into a theater. But the movie I remember the most in that was called Poor Cow. I remember that in the drive-in theater. And she gave birth. And that's what I remember. It was very graphic. And then nobody was having... My mom didn't take me to porns. I don't remember any sexual stuff. And I don't know why Poor Cow. I need to Google it. Why that was rated, X. Because she gave birth. That was really gross for a kid to see. But, like, graphically. But that's... Anyways. How did I digress to that? Oh, because this isn't PG. It's not X either. Maybe I should go to a drive-in. I guess I wasn't claustrophobic when I was young because I would get in the trunk. Not... Oh, yeah, my mom and dad put me in the trunk. No. Teenage stuff. Tween, teen. Trying to get everybody in free, so you put them all in the trunk. Can you imagine? And I would do it, I think. Voluntarily, maybe. I think. Ew. I decided to have a shake today. It tastes good. It'll just sit there and rot, which is too bad. And then I got the shake because I was really I hadn't eaten. I'm gonna say it was 3 o'clock. It's not even 2. It's 2:15 right now. It was like noon. Yeah, it was a little afternoon. So I had some of the shake because when you first get it, you just have to spoon it when I got home. And then I took my Cipro. Oh yeah, they put me on antibiotics again. And then I went, shit. I think you're not supposed to do this on top of each other. Too late. It's done. I had taken the pill and drank some of the shake. So something about dairy. And I mean, I've been on Cipro literally for the last 6 months. I've been on it more than I've been off it. But he wanted me to take it up until the surgery. Which I don't mind. Like I said, I've been on it for so many times that I'm used to it. And so I don't know what the dairy problem is, but that's it. I'm not a dairy eater, so I won't have any other problemos. Oh, I probably showed you the bracelet. No, I had the bracelet for only $300, I think. Yeah, I think it's only $300. And I'm sure I showed you, but I'll show you again. It's easy peasy when it's easy. Squeezy. Oh. There I am. Yeah, I've already showed you this. And what I showed you, 2 things sold out of it, so that was fantastic. Since whenever I showed you. The Niger and the beautiful Art Nouveau. They were both Art Nouveau, as it turns out. And then the dude that made this right here, folks. I'm sure I showed you the necklace. They didn't match, just the same maker. John Iveson? I think it's John Iveson. I should know. I emailed the guy for crying out loud. He emailed me back. John. Yeah. Might be, I want to say Iverson, but I don't know if it's Iverson. It doesn't matter. this bracelet, sterling silver, that's it. I showed him pictures, and he's like, oh yeah, that's such and such, circles of life, whatever. Helped them, because I could put it in the listing, and I even put the listing on. Contacted him, and he said, this is what you can repair it for. So send it to him. And so, yeah, this value is $500. Why? Seriously, come on now. Why? I mean, sorry. The necklace I liked a lot better. Gold wash, sterling long, little, it looked more like this, only this isn't it at all. But it had more of that kind of vibe to it. And again, that one, his price that he said I should get for it was $1,200, not $500. I don't get it. So in other words, he still has a website, or people still buy from him, and yeah, his necklaces sell for $1,200 to like $1,800. Same with the bracelets. Not that much, but like $600 to $800. I would not, personally, even if it wasn't broken, I wouldn't pay $10 for this if I saw this. If it's like just in Savers at their counter. Would you? I mean, of course, yes, if I saw the hang tag, now I know, blah, blah, blah. But in general, did I say even if it wasn't broken, I would pass on this for $10. Hopefully now that I've handled this again, it'll sell. So that's the way things go for me. If you look at something, you talk about something, it sells. Not although, that's the truth. It's a weird thing that happens. Managed payments are coming. I talked to my friend, he's a guy, Mike. Oh my God, he found a silver flatware set at Salvation Army. Motherfucker. $13. It's like $2,400 worth of silver. In the box, a whole, I don't know if it's 100 piece, I don't know how they go, but he showed me pictures. $13.75. $13.75. Anyways, the managed payments, he said, I forgot if he's opted. He said you can opt out. He said he talked to an employee at eBay, and you can opt out. I don't know if any of you guys are eBay sellers, but I mean, y'all are mostly. Sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. Some of you are, some of you aren't. Because I just got a message from eBay saying they're going to they're going to start me at the end of the month. And I'm dreading it. I don't want to wait 3 to 5 days for my money. I mean, it's not that I need it right away, but it's my money, and give it to me. That's why I don't sell on Mercari and Pop. I don't know about Posh, other than I don't like it. But I don't like Mercari, where it's like, oh yeah, send it off, see if they like it, get a rating, and then get paid. Go fuck yourself. I'll deal with it on the back end. If they want to refund it or return it, fine. But give me my goddamn money. I sent out my product. I sent out my item. They paid, give me my money. Because now I don't have my item or my money. Yeah, I'm just not down with that. That drives me nuts. Nutso, I tells you. So, what I was telling Mike, I'm like, well, I'm going to look into opting out. But if you opt out, I bet you get punished by eBay, and I bet you don't get as many sales. Because I said, how's your sales been? He's like, fucking fantastic. I'm like, right? He's like, yeah, COVID's the best thing that's ever happened to his sales. I'm like, yep, same. Because normally right now in the summer, sales are boo. And I was telling him like the necklace. I said, people are buying shit from me that they don't need. It's not because he sells a lot of golf clubs. I don't know if you need those, but he sells different manly stuff. Like he was getting an Xbox today, and I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't even fuck with that. I don't know how to make it work. I don't know if it does work. I'm not about it. So I'm not your competition. And he looks at my cart and he's like, yeah, I wouldn't have bought anything in your cart. And I'm like, well, today this is mainly stuff for me, not really resale. And we talked about jewelry and whatnot. But what was my point? Yeah, I think I'll see how it goes, because I don't want to be that person, that's too old-fashioned. Well, he's opting out. He's younger than I am. He's not old. He's maybe 40. He's my husband's age. That's a thing. And Mrs. Robinson Cuckoo. It's a great movie. It's sad though. I mean, it's weird. Some of those old 60 movies have such a, and this even the music too. I don't like the super melancholy kind of weird vibes. But if you haven't seen it, see it. What's it called? It's not called Mrs. Robinson. That's the song. Anyhow, so if you guys are eBayers, I know Kristen you are. I'm trying to think of who else. Would you consider opting out? Like, I hate to opt out before I even opt in. Because if I opt out, only people that have PayPal accounts. However, I don't think I want those fucking Amazon buyers using their Apple Pay and their Venmo or whatever I know PayPal and Venmo are owned by each other, but I like PayPal. I don't use Venmo. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that you're going to get a lot of the just shit show buyers that buy and then go, oh, didn't mean to do that. Can you cancel that, please? And I didn't like it. I'm going to return it. So I'd rather have less, honestly, yeah, I'd rather have less buyers than have a slew of pain. I'm talking myself right into opting out. That's what I'm doing. I didn't know it was an option. I'm going to leave a message on Scavenger Life's hotline. I am, though, because I'll put it out in their little universe. They have a blog. What do you call that? Not exactly a website, like a forum? Yeah, forum. They have a forum. I should probably figure out and go on that forum and ask, instead of putting it on the shoulders of those two people that do the podcast. Their podcast comes out every Sunday. Love it. Scavenger Life. Give it a listen. They're longtime eBay sellers. They're hardcore, though. They've got like 8,000 listings. I've probably said this before. Oh, and Mypinkbag on eBay. Mypinkbag. Because by the time I finish this, even if I finish it right this second and go to upload it, I won't remember to put that. And I only have a phone, so I can't link. I'm not a linker. Unable to link. Unable to copy and paste a link on my phone. Only with the phone. Pretty good with the desktop. I'm probably rusty now, but I don't have one. But I had one my whole life. That's a lie. For 20 years. Yeah, for 20 years. A little longer. I had a desktop in like 1998. Anyhow, and however, I remember the dial-up. I love that sound. I can't do it. But I miss the old, and you'd just be like, come on, come on, come on. I'd just be sitting in my little dark room like, bing, 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 bing. The dial-up sound. And then you'd get connected. You're like, oh. Those were the days. I'd say the early aughts, but it was really more like 1998, 99. Into the early aughts. But I think by the early aughts I remember it wasn't that anymore. We got whatever we have now, not dial-up. What do you call it? I don't know. All right. I'm going to look into opting out. I'm going to make myself a note. Look into opt out on eBay. I need to pay the IRS. Sorry. But seriously, I'll forget. I'll forget all of it. Damn it. This fucking pencil. That's my husband's. Get out of here. All right. Well, anybody that's eBayer, let me know if you've opted in, if you've already been opted in to manage payments. I mean, by listening to their podcast, I hear a lot of feedback, like what different people, and they just now, I think the podcasters, can't remember their names, just got their individual names. Because she has a boy name, so it always confuses me. Like a unisex name, not necessarily a boy. So they don't have any real, I guess they just opted in. So they have had a couple problems. It's just when problems are with your money, it's not good. Okay, I'll stop. I'm going to have my surgery. I'm not going to give a shit for a week, and that's when it's going to all go down after my surgery. That's when I'm going to be opted in. And everybody else knows how to get a hold of eBay. Mike said, oh yeah, I just called and call me back. I'm like, Yeah, I don't get that option. I've tried and tried and tried, and I'm a long time eBayer. I mean, they value me. You know, I'm not like new with like 50 listings. You know what I mean? Like I have 750 listings, and I've been doing this off and on since 1998, but more officially since 2007. So yeah, I'm not some newbie. So it's not like, well, that's because they go in order of seniority to a point. Like PayPal always had with me, because I've been with them since 2000, since I started, and they always make mention of that, like, oh my god. Anyways, not like I'm the only one. Just saying they do seniority priority. So I am now going to obsess and focus on that. I'm going to see about opting out, see what they say, because I just don't want to get bumped down in the listings and punished for it. I also don't want to get less buyers, but if less buyers means not all the... Because I feel like if it stayed the same, I'm fine. I make a good amount of money just the way it is. Okay. I'm going to go, because otherwise I'm going to sit here for 6.5 hours. I'm going to be like some of the people that make videos just because there's some videos out there. They're like 3 or 4 hours long. And I gotta go potty, I think. I've been drinking too much water. Alright, well, that was that. And this is, however, and whatnot. Isn't this pretty? Not my thing, but I mean, it's a really pretty crystal. And I did this check to make sure I didn't even do the eye check. Did the hand check. It's real pretty. I mean, it's crystal. Why? Tell me, that is a wine cork, right? I don't drink wine. I never did, even when I was a big fat boozer. No wine, thank you. Never. I don't even think I've had a sip of wine in my whole... Boonesberry, whatever that, Strawberry Hill something. Maybe Ripple. No, not Ripple. When I was really young, like 15, like I took a sip. Tyrolia, fruit flavory kind of wine. Okay, I'm gonna go before I go on too many more. I feel okay today. Thank Christ. And I did thank whoever I thank. Satan! Is that the thing that people thank Satan? I say, not today, Satan. But seriously, because I had to go get these labs today, because my surgery's in a few days. I had no choice and give the urine labs. And now, unbeknownst to me, I have to collect my urine for 24 hours and go back again, like I already said. So, you know, it's always just a crapshoot, like, oh my God, am I going to be well enough to even drive there or, you know, rally? And today was good. So, thanks to the universe. That's what I'll say. I just keep trying to see something. My sideburns bugged me. This is a few months ago. So I cut them. And they haven't grown back. They're so short. They're long. They're like down to here like a dude. So I just took the surgery and kind of did like that. It's not sexy. It's not meant to be sexy. Oh, look at my nostrils. Okay. I'm going to go for real. Hopefully I don't think I have anything tomorrow. Not according to my tracking. But soon and forever. Okay. So long now. Goodbye.